what's the game plan? Where's your natural timing to win the game?
Something to note too is while PL does have a very good matchup versus Morphling, it was not an easy PL game at all.
No.
And there wasn't really a Timber Saw to play behind. So let's just hope they can change for the next series that they play.
So Visco's not bad,
Pretty
but
good.
PSG LGD pretty darn good.
Very.
Right, because at the start of this panel, we were obviously talking about which teams we thought were going to make it all the way. We did mention PSG LGD. They did really good previous major. They made it all the way from the wildcards to top 3 at the Singapore major, and they made it in the upper bracket as well for most of the road. They are looking to repeat this run right here, it seems, Effie. I mean, this was their opening series, and Beast Coast, I rate them very high because of, first of all, because of Thunder Predator last major, because of their run at TI. We know they can perform under pressure at LAN, and because they were the best SA team previous time, they still are considered one of the best. Yeah. Obviously, we got a new team in the playoffs waiting, Kyle, but I mean, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd rather pass Effie the mic because these are her boys. You know, she's trying not to fan out, but I believe PSG LGD played as she expected coming into the tournament.
I am a big fan of them. That is not a lie. However, I'm also a fan of every team that plays here. Everyone's
very
incredible.
politically correct.
Everyone's been working so hard, but I have been an LGD fan forever.
Unbiased, though.
Unbiased.
I mean, this is the first time I heard of it. Every time you've been saying, well, I think this team's going to do well. And I'm saying, where's the Chinese teams? Now I know.
I mean, here they
hiding
are.
her
We
true
have to wait for groups.
That's fair. That is fair. That is fair. I mean, PSG LGD had a great start, fantastic start. We can take a look at the standings, see where that puts them. They're not the only team that took a 2-0. We had, earlier today, we had EG take a 2-0 as well against TNC. And then on the other stream, we had 2 ties on the other stream, right? Both series going tied.
Was Liquid Beast Coast and EG versus Spirit?
TNC.
Yeah.
That was a tie as well, yes.
Yep.
EG Spirit tie, Liquid Beast Coast tie. So, okay. So maybe we can't show you the standings, but that's okay because we just told you the results already. So, got you covered. 2 teams on top, EG, PSG, LGD. Let's see if there's some more teams that can either join them or knock them off their throne. We're going to have a break, but when we're back, it is time for our next series of the day, and that is going to be Team Liquid versus Vici Gaming. See you soon. Bye.
Goodbye.
You don't have to go if you don't want
to. You can stay here.
You can stay forever. Oh.
Okay.
Okay,
we're back. Well, this
great
is
stuff.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that too, by the way?
Who?
What we're waiting for? Was it just me?
I was very quiet. I heard Slacks.
I heard Slacks.
I heard interview.
An interview by Slacks with one of PSG LGD's player, which means we don't just have to scout Slacks, we also have to scout.
Oh dear.
Hey guys, we have a very special guest here today. This is Blitz Dota, the coach of Team Liquid. Managed to catch up with him in the hallway. How you doing, Blitz?
I'm good.
Very good to hear, sir. Very good to hear. So, I was walking by your room and I heard some yelling in there in your series earlier today. Some nasty words that won't be repeated for Twitch chat. I think it was about banana slam a jam. I just wanted to ask what's going on.
Yeah, he called our draft terrible, and he said he was disappointed in game 2, and he thought we were going to get absolutely stomped. And then the opposite happened, and we won. And so yeah, we kind of have beef.
Oh my God, you guys have beef? That's terrible. Well, it's been a long time since BSJ has seen an 8K draft while he's educationally smurfing in 2K. So, any words from Liquid's standpoint? How are you guys doing right now?
I think we're doing okay. I think we feel like we should have won the first game as well. No discredit to Beast Coast or anything, but hopefully we end the day 2-0ing Vici. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah, Vici's a pretty tough team. Do you guys have any special strats as Mr. Coach? Have you prepared anything for this?
Yeah, it's we just don't lose, and then Mickey will win me the game.
Okay, well, good luck with that. Sorry, Mickey. All right, well, anyway, it has been such a pleasure, Blitz. We do miss you on the team here, on the broadcast team. Anything to say to, Shiver and Kyle and your replacement?
Hi to Shiver and my replacement, and
Her name's Effie.
Effie doing a great job. And who's the third person?
Hey, doesn't matter. All right, thank you so much for your time, Blitz. We miss you, we love you, and we hope to see Liquid going further. Thanks a lot, guys. Back to the panel.
But I promise we're not biased. We do miss Blitz, though, definitely. But we don't have to miss him for very long because, as said, Team Liquid is the team that is playing on this stream next against Vici Gaming. And this time we will actually be going to a break.
The stage will be...
Also have purple eyebrows, actually.
It's true.
Yeah, I knew I was on a panel with Tsunami, and I thought this was the only way I could compete with him was by faking it with my beard. And now my beard looks fuller.
I was going to
that's
say
it.
also,
I'm convinced.
the saturation on our monitors are quite intense. The levels are quite high.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is Instagram filter,
Right?
live and in
I'm
person.
going to stay in this pose.
If only life could look this good all the time, things would be so much better.
How about next invention in the world? There's glasses you can buy, or lenses, I guess, so that you see everybody with the beauty
Oh
filter
my
on.
gosh, yes, please.
God, that's
Perma
terrible.
drunk filter. That's the way that I want
Ooh,
to live.
it's like
Well, you
walking
could
into
also
a
do
Black
that
Mirror
yourself.
episode right there.
Exactly.
Guys, let's talk about something else that's live. The draft. We got ourselves Vici Gaming versus Team Liquid, and obviously we saw Vici Gaming. They came out of the wild cards. We've seen a lot of them. Team Liquid, this is their second series today. They were able to tie with Beast Coast earlier today. So I want to mostly ask how you guys feel, how their playstyles are going to match up for this two-game series. Tsunami, you can go first.
I saw Liquid versus Beast Coast, first game of the day, upstairs. Liquid was Templar assassinating and oracling constantly, but that's because they weren't getting their hands on Leshrac. Leshrac has been their go-to in the DPC, giving it to Sumail on the regular, and Beast Coast loves that hero. They were flexing it consistently between Whisper and Chris Luck in their DPC. So this time, Liquid, they know how China works. They ban out the bugs every single time. Nyx Assassin Broodmother, you're playing against China, you're playing against Southeast Asia, you gotta take them out. Vici Gaming, they, I guess, taking a middle-of-the-road approach. One ban for the AA, one for the Morphling.
It's safe.
It's
I feel
safe,
like that's
of
like
course.
if you don't know what to ban, those are always good bans.
Yeah, it depends on how heavily you want to target Insania. His Oracle, he doesn't really play that much Coddle these days. His Grimstroke, those are his go-to, and he's usually more than willing to first phase it. And the way that I've grown to enjoy this Sumail Liquid as opposed to the boxy Liquid is Koikfa and Mike are a little bit more sacrificial. And I think that was usually Boxy's go-to in kind of enabling Mike. Koikfa would also be more of a supporting utility role even from the mid lane. And I hope that's the route that they take, because I like seeing Sumail.
Okay.
I want to see him in superstar form.
I think a lot of people with you as well, T, right?
Yeah, I think the main thing for Liquid is this is the second major they're at now. The first major, they came in day 1 with one plan. It was like the puck plan. It worked well.
Be privy
day 2
to
was
it,
a new plan.
but
Day 3,
what are
they
you
realized
expecting
plan
to
1
see
and 2
from
wasn't
Team
too
Nigma
great, then
that
they kind of
LGD
bumped
might
out.
be planning?
So they've come into their first series,
I think
and it was
Team Nigma as a team, you should watch out for their early game. I think we saw in the game that got remade, unfortunately, versus Team Secret, like they often collapse around mid lane really early into the game, and that's one of their strengths. They do that a lot, and they do it really well. I think as a team, Nigma are very coordinated in the early game. I haven't watched that much LDD, but I feel like they might make a bit more individual plays with Shinkyo compared to Nigma. Like they're always all there.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. I got to watch like the way the LGD plays, and it's more of like these individual kind of styles rather than the whole team. They will still draft like very heavy team fight lineups.
That's the group up, of course, right?
It's a different, thing of how quick they collapse. Though I think Nigma absolutely like this 6 to 10 minute mark, 6 to 12 minutes. They're going to collapse on mid tower quite a bit harder. So I mean, we'll see if PSG LGD actually drafts something that will be able to handle it, and if they're going to even read that. I think they should, because they've gotten, like you said, such a big sample size of what we've seen from Nigma, and I think you actually hit the nail on the head, Bears. Nigma's won most of their games with a Mars, so that could be something they look to just take out quickly and put Nigma a bit on the back foot.
Yeah, I mean, look, all the information is there for them. And then also you brought up late game Dota. We're going to be finding out really quickly when we get in the draft if that is something that they're going to try to be picking for. I'm looking forward to this one. Also, it's exciting when you start to get to see the wildcard teams actually slotted in. Mm-hmm. Now you're moving through groups. I got to stop calling it groups, though. I brought this up a little bit earlier. I feel like it's confusing to call it groups because it's just one group. I don't know what to call it. It needs a different name. I feel like you're good with stuff like that, too. That's why I'm looking to you now. Like, I feel like it needs a different name besides groups.
Oh, I liked when Curtis just said, like, moving on to this tournament, it's like a separate little mini tournament that we have. I love when we have like wild card group stage and then playoffs. It's like 3 little mini tournaments that are going on.
It's 3 shows.
So you could say the group tournament. That sounds horrible.
They're all bad. Say group stage. So.
You could just say group stage.
All right, I'll keep saying group stage. But yeah, I mentioned this tweet like 5,000 times throughout wildcard, but Loda had said something along the lines of, it's like, yeah, this wildcard tournament, based off of the quality of Dota that we're seeing, it could be its own tier 1 tournament. Standalone, you get great Dota, and you're content by the end of it. I feel like we're going to feel that way, not only with the...
Five seconds remaining ban.
I think Nigma might stick more to their style, though.
And the thing is, for Nigma, they've gotten to play the most games, so all of the teams at this tournament, they might actually have the most refined style compared to the international competition, just because they've had more experience coming in there. Mm-hmm. If I was a team in the group stage watching teams, I would actually want to look at Vici and Nigma and if they saw any heroes and changes that they've made based on the previous games they played.
Yeah, I mean, because everybody coming out of wildcard too, they're definitely teams to take serious.
And these are teams that beat Secret, right?
Yeah.
Like, you should watch them. IG Secret, they got beaten by these teams.
Yeah, these are teams too that obviously for a very long time have proven success, so if they're noticing something, everybody's going to be able to respect that and potentially employ it. So I think that's a very good point, and I think that's why this is going to be one of those series too that is really telling for some of the things that we might see as we move a little bit later, not only into the day, but into the tournament. And look, that Mars does get banned out. AA, we've seen this as a face that's been opening quite a bit fogged throughout our tournament.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are definitely respecting the other side's power points. I think the Magnus is one that we definitely look at for PSG LGD, where they run it in multiple different roles. They run it on Faith Beyond, they run it on mid, they play it as like a secondary carry. They don't actually just play it as a second power bot. You know, nothing to say we'll farm like a beast on it. So I like this targeted ban, and as you said, the IO and the Mars definitely make sense. The 2 stronger heroes that we've seen Nigma pull out.
Radiant team.
How do we feel about this though so far? Actually, Puck. How do you feel about the Puck here?
I mean, it should be good against, like, they see 2 supports without any real catch for Puck. Maybe Snapfire will get to, like, some Blink Shard, which is okay, but honestly, I'd be pretty comfortable playing Puck against it. It's nice to supplement the AA. Your coil sets up for Ice Blast. AA's second Vortex sets up for your magic damage. It's a decent core pick. I think as first pick, if you see 2 supports, you still don't really want to pick 2 supports first, just because your second phase bans usually ban for the core that you pick in the puck slot here. Like right here, they're covering for puck with TA. If they pick the support here, you don't really know what to ban.
And Miracle, we have seen him pop off on the puck. We've seen a lot of players at this tournament already just kind of popping off. Like Nisha, even some of these games, he had like a 1,000 GPM or something.
Yeah, he had like 100k damage or something silly.
Absolutely insane.
And
so,
I thought this hero was, like from what I've been told, this hero has sort of fallen off a bit. But I haven't seen that in the wild card or this group stage in general. This hero's look good.
Yeah. I think I guess maybe because of that like Nyx Assassin, how highly valued it was in China, they started just being like, all right, well, we can't pick puck because Nyx is just going to come out. But I mean, Nyx is left in the pool. Oh no, yeah, Nyx is still left in the pool. So I mean, if PSG LGD wants to go for it, they have to end up coring probably the ET, which
I mean, you want to have.
I do want to have. Of course I do. It could end up working. It's also pretty good versus the AA, the Nyx over.
Yeah, I can see that actually.
So I could see them shift a little bit. Because Faith Beyond, he is one of the ones.
He'll play anything. That guy can legitimately play anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think it's likely that you'll play a core ET. I think see something that would make you want to pick it, and I don't think it's there yet, but we don't know what Nigma will pick. Maybe they'll show something on the 16 pick.
I love seeing ET. This makes me happy whenever he's back in the meta.
ET with his briefcase just smacking people.
And lately, it's more just the stomp and the aura. These teams are doing so well. And just the little changes on Earth Splitter, it's pretty big.
It is a big difference.
You can set it up with most stuns now. You just get that humongous damage. And it's always good with some big team fight. As we said, this is probably going to come down to some huge team fight in later stage games. PSG LGD is setting themselves up for that. And whoa.
Radiant team pick.
They used to run that for MC, right?
They have, and I've seen some of the CIS carries actually play this DK as carry as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, ILTW, he's one of the CIS boys, so maybe he'll want to play that. I'm not sure. Honestly, this draft has me stumped a little bit.
10 seconds.
But again, DK, he has good setup for the AA. I can see some like pretty clear synergy. They want a bit more lockdown and push. Maybe it's good. They're picking fast. They know this is a fast draft.
So they really like this Wyvern AA combo. They've done this a lot, right?
I don't feel like it should be particularly good, but at the same time, if someone gets Wyvern LT to AA LT, like they're just gone. They're gone from the game.
So they picked it into the Legion too, which is always really interesting.
Yeah, because it is a 4 Wyvern though, I think. So like usually how it works is like Legion can purge your Arctic Burn, right? And then you're good versus the lane. But Wyvern is really hard for Legion to deal with in the game. You know, you can't duel anyone, you can't save the curse. Yeah, and I'm actually really excited to see this Legion Commander. I've been told by a lot of the Chinese casters that this hero has had huge impact in the Chinese region, but everywhere else he's being played, he just looks completely mediocre.
Yeah, I think it is literally it's the two players. It's XXS and Faith Beyond, the two that have had the best impact on Legion Commanders. They end up a lot of the games where they're like 1 in 10, but the impact that they had in the game was massive. Like they saved like 10 cores, they go the pipe build, which makes sense, right? They're playing versus
just some like pipe shard or
pipe shard. Pipe shard. I don't even know if they even get blinked.
Just pipe shard, you know, maybe a solar crest. Just hope for the best. You're pretty much only playing off your second spell. If you get duel, it's like it's good but not needed, I guess. Okay.
That's most of the games. Sometimes you do have those like exclusionary games where it's like, oh my god, Access has popped off somehow, but
yeah, Lena ban. I think
5 seconds
Nigma have recognized that they need a little bit more damage on the side of PSG LGD. They do have the Snapfire and ET with Faceless Void, but you don't want only your supports to have damage in that. Yeah. I think Lena would have been really consistent. It will push out all the lanes because they have no lane shove at all right now. And provided, like I saw this other game where they got some Chrono Sphere and Lena stuns, and it looks like just a really nice combo, easy to play. Wraithing classic counter to avoid here.
So it is going to be that MC DK.
Yeah, I don't think they'll run the offlane Puck for Void, right?
Yeah.
They might. That used to be a good matchup for Puck.
They picked so quick. Oh, we didn't even get to
think.
Oh my god.
There was a lightning draft coming out. And now that the dust has settled,
that's a good pick though.
I like that.
You like the Ember a lot.
Really good. Real stuns is going to be like the DK and the Wraith King, so you have to worry about the silence and the coil, but you can play around getting into backline very easy. That's always what I'd like to see when you see these type of squishy supports.
And he has saves too, right? He has an ET Stomp and the Legion save. Even some like Snapfire raining down fire with the threat of a Chrono Sphere, you cannot commit on this Ember how you would want to.
Works really well with ET. I love the scaling potential too, right? Like we were saying, maybe these games go to the later stages. Even though there's a Wraith King versus the Void, I like what PSG LGD has if it does get to later stages.
Also, they banned out the Lina, but Ember does the same thing, right? He'll push out all the lanes for the draft, so I like that pick.
Okay, yeah, and that was something that you said was missing, so it seems like it can scale as well on the side of LGD. How do you feel about Nigma's draft?
It feels a bit weird, experimental maybe. Like, it just means that I don't understand enough about it to make a really good decision, but I haven't seen much DK offline, so it's hard for me to say. I personally really like this AA hero, so that's like a significant plus for Nigma, but I'm not too sure how it's going to fare against LGD's like more robust, solid Dota draft.
Yeah, and it's funny because we were talking about the fact that, you know, Team Nigma, they have a lot of reps. Maybe they figured out a lot of these things, but this one seems a little bit experimental. We're going to find out very quickly what they have in mind because we're jumping into the game right now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Suns fan here with Jenkins subbing in for the old Cinder Man. All right. It's great to have. So sorry, I touched you, by the way. Okay. These will not stay on my head.
I didn't realize you put those back on.
Yeah, I basically stapled them to my head for the time being, but they will not stay. We have Team Nigma versus PSG LGD. Oh my God, we're gonna get first blood already potentially. The Kofi did connect onto Y. First blood for PSG, or for Nigma, I should say. Is that swapped? Yeah, that's swapped.
Oh, okay. There goes
yeah, it's
yeah, okay. Very good.
All right, so PSG. Good start to the cast, Jenkins. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. Do you believe in fate, Shandon? Do you believe in fate?
No.
Because I believe the fact that we did not get fired for NADPC, this is going to all... It's all going to end here.
You know, I think what happened is WePlay saw that we were working, and we worked at both events. Like, they didn't watch anything.
They must be very good together. They are completely wrong.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. I'm an LGD here. I'm able to time walk away, as we do have the logos fixed now, so I will not get horribly confused.
Okay, this makes more sense.
What are your thoughts on this draft overall? AUI touched on, like, we saw a lot of AA picked first, as we can see a Wraithfire Blast here from ILTW, but looks like the bounty runes will actually go 3 to Nigma, as Kuroki's going to get chased down, so it's going to be a trade of sorts. Oh, wait,
maybe not.
Kofi just in time. Do they get vision? Oh, Fairy Fire as well, keeping Kuroki alive. He's got a long way to go, and something tells me that LGD will eventually find this kill. But was it worth? I mean, that's 3 bounties.
Sure.
And they got first blood already.
Sure. Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he did use his Fairy Fire, but no big deal.
I mean, that's kind of a big deal.
It's a bit of a big deal, yeah. I think that's an issue here.
So what are your thoughts on the lineup? So just looking at the lineups alone and not the teams, who would you favor and why? Break it down, Jenkins.
Okay, please. I will definitely. Professional analysis. I really like this AA hero. I think that, like, every single meta hero, there's a lot of meta heroes that it combos with incredibly well, and then it also blocks, like, basically half of the strong, cheesy meta heroes.
Right.
So in almost every game, it feels like just the perfect position 5. So I'm a huge fan of this hero. But then on the other side, I think Faceless Void was undervalued during the wildcard stage. The group stage teams seem to be picking it a lot. And I think this, like, tanky boy Faceless Void, where you're just completely unkillable, and then you have some other sources of damage with the Chronosphere, I think that's incredibly hard to deal with.
Yeah, ILTW taking some pressure from Faith Beyond. Of course, this LC here, we've seen a decent amount, kind of this pseudo counter to Puck. I guess you just walk through coil and you'd be able to press the attack your ally, especially with that shard being so ridiculously good. It feels like a must purchase every single game. But yeah, the AA, I feel like we were talking about this pre-draft, but this hero, I feel like once we get to the playoff stage, we're going to start seeing this banned pretty consistently, because it not only denies picking certain heroes from the other side, but allows you to pick those heroes, and it forces the other team to try to ban them. But you get like Dragon Knight, Wraith King, even Wyvern all have healing mechanics that could be countered by AA.
You're definitely right. It makes the draft like too easy, and you know you're never like, oh, this AA, I'm gonna feed to this hero, you know. But it's like it's more that the AA like supplements other heroes to have really good games in every single game. It's not just like, oh, it's a good AA draft. Every draft is a good AA draft. So it's definitely worth the ban at some point.
I mean, it's made the transition towards like obviously the anti-healing strat that we've seen, denying alchemist type heroes, but you know the AA Blast, like you said, is combos with everything. It feels like there's so much team fight now in this patch, especially.
Yeah, for sure.
So just very flexible indeed. GH. Some pressure here to Y on the Elder Titan. What are your thoughts on Elder Titan this game? This is not one that we get to see all too often. Although, actually the bash is gonna prevent. Or that was the Dragon Tail, I should say, gonna prevent the Echo Stomp. And that's gonna turn around a nice kill for Nigma.
It seems to be kind of like an undying hero. You actually see this in every single game with the ET, where he just like runs in until he basically dies or he kills you. And it's position 5, so you don't care, right? He's just going to come back with like 2 salves for the carry. The carry has full resources ready to go. Carry's getting solo XP, and then you've traded resources to actually kill this hero, and it's a lot of the time it's not worth it.
They do have crazy wombo combo potential though, with the Chronosphere into the ET ult and the Snapfire ult, like, and obviously the mobility from Nothing to Say here on Ember Spirit, who's playing this very close. He's gonna pop that Fairy Fire along with Miracle. TP support in the way of Jin Q. Able to help save him. He gets the bottle there as well. Miracle also able to live, so living on the edge from both sides.
Yeah, that's it. The animation was still on him from the cold feet, but like the damage ticks were over, so that was almost.
Does he have vision? Oh my goodness, Jin Q. I thought that tree was definitely not going to give enough vision there, but well played. So PSG LGD tie up the game in terms of kill potential here, 2-2. I mean, look at the mid lane in terms of the CS. It's still relatively even, and no XP going the way of the Ember Spirit. So in that respect, it's pretty even right now.
What is going on with these creeps here? Kuroki just... I mean, this is a nice play from him. He's taking a lot of damage for this, though.
Miracle doesn't get to miss any XP as a result of this.
Yeah, pretty
Kuroki
nice.
Just got to get out of there. Got to get out of XP range for your mid.
Of course.
You don't want to grief the game.
Well, to be fair, you know, giving Puck the solo XP means that Puck gets 6 sooner, and then who's going to take mid? It's like almost always going to be the AA, right?
Yeah, true.
Get that 6 as soon as possible, then you can blast from across the map, so...
Yeah, that's very true. Look at the CS for LC, 27 and 10. My goodness. Faith Beyond having a god tier start here. That has the Ring of Health. And GH. Right-clicked a bit here by Ame, who will probably have to retreat. Although the timeout does connect on the mind control. He's not as tanky as he thinks. Why, in the meantime, equipping that briefcase. Not enough to find the kill this time around. Now just going to get chased off by GH.
Just a brawl up here. Nobody's really farming that well on either side.
It's funny because Void didn't used to be this brawling type hero, but now the time dilation doing damage, it feels like the hero is a little bit more flexible now than it used to be.
Yeah, definitely. I think with an ET as well, like ET just gets in there and starts punching people, and Void's like, well, yeah, I gotta save my support. So
this is the first coil of the game, although Flame Guard's gonna protect him a little bit there, so Miracle not able to find a kill on Nothing to Say, but we can see the XP discrepancy just slightly in favor right now of the old Miracle.
Yeah, Nothing to Say seems to be playing around this Flame Guard extremely well. Like he seems to really know what the threshold is where he could die, because very aggressive on this hero so far.
Splinter Blast. It's quite a bit of damage. So Ame has to go back to base, make the old Walk of Shame. Wraith King, ILTW. We've seen some variations on the build for Wraith King lately. Will be the Midas, it looks like. Cookie's going to connect. Not sure if they have enough damage to actually finish this off, but Kuroki will force them out for now. But what are your thoughts on Midas? Because, I mean, at least for NADPC, I know a lot of people don't give a crap about NADPC, but we saw Midas early on in the season, and people just stopped buying it entirely.
Yeah, no, this whole tournament so far seems to be like even offlaners are buying Midas, like, you know, morphling mid and then just like picking these heroes and scaling, just playing for the late game, and it seems to be working. I mean, this is what Nigma did to get to this point so far, so it's working out for them. I imagine this is something that's coming from the scrims as well that we're not seeing.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Miracle still pressuring in the mid lane. The coil is up, so we'll see if he makes a transition to another lane. Void would be a pretty big kill, obviously. I mean, If you look at the farm, not doing too hot compared to IL2W, about 500 net worth discrepancy right now.
Yeah, so it's an interesting choice because, like, basically, okay, for the puck, we can go to the void lane, we can get an easy kill. Like, this is a losing lane, right? Or you can go to the lane to try to recover, which is the Legion Commander lane. But the Legion Commander is a very difficult hero to kill with that coil because of the reasons that we talked about already. You just press the Legion W and then walk out of the coil, and you're perfectly fine.
As long as you're in position, of course.
Yes.
I mean, I keep talking about this LC hero in general, and I'm going to turn into a tangent, so maybe I'll just wait as you have a smirk on your face, because you know where I'm going with it.
You're going to the ag chart.
No, it's not just the ag chart. It's just the whole hero is around press the attack right now.
Oh, you hate the fact that it's a support hero.
Yeah, well, if it's played in offlane, like if you can play position 4, then sure, but it's played 3.
To be fair, the offlane's kind of a support position.
I know, it's very sad. All right, Wyatt. Ice Vortex is going to keep him in the area for now as Mind Control already popped the Dragon form, so they're going to see Splinter Blast is enough to net the kill. And I think with this, PSG LGD are going to have to at least back off. I mean, this is a level 4 Void, for God's sake. Mind Control definitely going to pressure this tower with a level 1 Dragon form.
Yeah, with Kuroki here, this is just
They're sticking around, though.
I think if Mind Control and Kuroki are right next to each other, you have to be really careful if you're either of these two heroes. He has 2 levels in the cold feet too, so it's a pretty nice stun duration.
Dire's top tower
I think
is under
they're just backing off.
No, they're backing off now.
Miracle's just kind of farming. He doesn't seem to be interested. I think for the reasons we talked about earlier, it's awkward to go to either of these lanes. Like, do you go to the lane that's already winning, or do you go to the lane that's a very unlikely kill? Neither really feels like a good option, so just get the Witchblade sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and the fact that Mind Control is having a pretty good game so far, the fact he can just push this lane pretty much by himself. It's going to take essentially 2 ults to do so solo.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Wraith King can obviously just go jungle if he's struggling out, which he's not really. I mean, he's a little bit behind, but not compared to the Void.
Yeah, I think you're much more okay with a Wraith King jungling than a Void. Void is more hero that...
Really?
Yes, of course.
My goodness, that's shocking to hear.
When you have the Chrono, you can actually leave the lane and you're okay with it because, of course, you can actually get kills.
Yeah.
But the Wraith King, it's like, you know, he wants to jungle from like 10 minutes onward anyway.
Yeah, Miracle finally makes the rotation here. Coil and Waning Rift into 2. Finds a Snapfire extremely easily. Time dilation is not going to save Mr. Ame this time around, so... I mean, he didn't go to the lane, he went to the jungle, and he found 2 very valuable kills.
Yeah,
and he's going to get a couple stacks here, too.
The stacks definitely make this worth it. I mean, and this, once again, this is the thing, you know, punishing the Void, who's a hero who's not really that good at jungling. It takes so long to get that level 6 just hitting jungle creeps. Like, he'd rather take a lane, but... going and taking his bot lane, so Faith Beyond's owning, so you definitely want to push him out of there.
Right, Mind Control does get the tower. It might cost him his life, probably worth it. That is a very long TP for Faith Beyond. Wants to get his first duel victory of the game. Miracle, of course, without the coil, but I mean, just his presence alone, he does so much damage even this early. As the Splinter Blast is going to destroy LGD for now, but there's the Echo Stomp from Y. Can he set this up with anything else? Of course, he's not level 6 yet, so nothing to combo for himself. He's going to get press the attack off that Dragon Tail. They're going to turn this around a little bit for Nigma. I mean, they completely outnumbered the Elder Titans, so perhaps sticking around a little too long for PSG LGD.
Dude, this is a Chad build from Miracle. He has literally no points in phase shift. He has 4-4-0 right now. This guy is just so sure that he's not going to die. He just wants to do damage.
Oh, the Chrono! It misses! Oh, Miracle!
I can't believe I just said that. He just jumps out.
Oh, God, what a god. All right, well, Ame gonna get Cookie. Oh, that could have been really bad out of the coil. He's still on death's door, though. Miracle still going in. Finds the kill, but dies shortly after Kuroki. Looks like he's gonna get solo killed by Jin Q's ult. And nothing to say. I mean, they're getting some turnaround kills here, so this is pretty valuable despite losing Void.
Wow, that is really bad for Nigma because, okay, so actually, never mind. I was gonna say the catapult is still alive, but it looks like LGD is like, all right, we've committed a lot to this. Maybe we don't want to. We don't want to try to push. You know, pushing right after you just used all of your resources can be a little sketchy.
What's Void building right now? Is he gonna try to go for some catch-up Midas action, or
no? He's got
Maelstrom build.
Yeah, Maelstrom build.
I mean, this will allow him to take like if they're stacking creeps right now, he can't do anything. It's basically just for Ember.
Yeah, I think this is kind of reasonable because he's going to catch up with Chronospheres, right? Because he's got all of these great combos in the Chrono.
True.
Even Ember having such a good game right now, he does a lot of damage into the Chrono.
Like Dagger reveal from Mind Control, that is going to be ridiculously easy. So nothing to say, despite getting that kill earlier.
Dire's middle tower
He's going to not only die, but lose his tier 1 tower. And this is only 11.5 minutes in. Of course, it is a Dragon Knight lineup.
Yeah, and now this is going the other way. That not only do they get that kill, which is a kill on the obvious, important mid core, it's like they do it when the catapult's still alive because LGD didn't stick around and kill the catapult. So that's a free mid tower.
And Mind Control having they're going to take another stack of creeps. This is brutal.
Are scanning.
It's only showing a 2k net worth lead, but of course Void's not even remotely close to coming online, and they're going to get yet another tower. Mind Control is doing so much work this way.
Look at this ward from Nigma. When did they put that down? What a ward in the triangle.
Yeah, that gives a lot of vision.
Yeah, that sets up for them to steal those stacks, right? They know the position of everyone.
And they have another one in their jungle that they stole the stacks from earlier, so basically nowhere is safe for PSG LGD right now.
Kuroki's been really on with those wards. It's a it's a small thing for position 5s. It's a weird thing to compliment. You don't think about it too much, but it's so game-changing. It lets all of his playmakers actually do things in the game. So they look really cool, but it's off the back of his wards.
We see a smoke here from LGD. ILTW, I'm not sure if he's holding out. Okay, he actually does get the point into his ult, but he doesn't have mana. Did he actually stun?
He summoned skeletons.
Oh.
It's 100 mana now.
Yeah, that is truly unfortunate, but PSG LGD are going to try to take advantage of this. They're going to lose one in the process. If they can get out, this will be an extremely good trade. Yeah, that was, I mean, how much mana is that skill these days?
It's 100. I think they just nerfed it from 70 to 100, so he actually would have had mana.
Oh, they actually find the coil, but there's a pressy attack we're talking about. Into the Dragon Tail, though. Can he get off the Remnant in time? He's still silenced. Another great kill for Nigma. Zukic's going to chase Jin Q down. Miracle frontlining for his team. Mind Control in his human useless form, not able to find anybody. Oh, there we go. Not useless anymore. Jumps in, flies away for now. He's very tanky. Has a Soul Ring Bracer. What do you buy for Mind Control this game, you think, based on how this game is going so far?
Geez. I mean, if you want
a BKB?
If you want to go full green, you can go Midas and then eventually build into some Ags and be like a core DK. It depends on when they think the game is going to end. I think BKB probably is the most likely choice.
That's boring though, right?
It is boring, but as an offlaner, when the map gets limited, you don't get any farm, so...
This is true.
You just want to have a BKB so you can fight. It's very sad, but this
the fact that Mind Control had a Blink Dagger just like, what, 3 minutes ago, I want to say? And Faith Beyond still does not have his, and it's not even the same type of a hero, right? Because Duel, you still need all the damage from your teammate, and it's a very long cooldown compared to Dragon Tail, which is spam.
Yeah.
And nothing to say. Able to get the haste rune this time around. One level behind Miracle right now as that Witchblade is pretty freaking annoying. Cookie's not going to connect, and Miracle's just playing with his food at this point.
So once again, this is the reason that he's able to play like that is because he has vision on these heroes. He sees Faith Beyond top. He saw Elder Titan in the ward over here, who was actually dewarding. Now it's gone. But the only reason he's able to play that aggressive and be so annoying is because of these wards from Kuroki.
4k net worth lead now for Team Nigma as
the rune of haste.
Another smoke attempt here from PSG LGD. I mean, last time they got the Wraith King, that was pretty valuable. GH is a 4. Get the Winter's Curse off. There's the Dragon Tail into the cookie. GH! E will not get out. That was extremely close. No dual victory, obviously. Not able to get that off in time. I mean, how important is it for, like, these days for LC to get dual damage?
I don't think it's that important. I mean,
that's a sad reality.
As much as it pains, I know this is paining you to even have this discussion right now, but
I just want to make a point. It's a support hero.
It definitely is. Solar Crest Pipe.
All right. AA Blast to set things up. Miracle still has coil. Doesn't even need it. Very, very easy. He's going a Desolator, by the way, so pure damage here. Well, not literally pure damage, just a lot of damage.
Okay, I mean, I think they are in a position to take some early towers. Like, I think it makes sense that they can close out the map. I also think that Roche is going to be very free for them to access because they have total control of this top area.
What do you think of that?
Double Deso.
Because ILTW is going Deso as well.
Yeah, wait, who else is Deso?
Wait, click on Puck. Maybe I was...
Okay, let me see. Now, he hasn't... Okay, I'm sure they'll talk about it. Here's the thing, okay? There's a lot of useless garbage that you don't want to talk... Like, neutral items, for example. People get mad if you're talking about neutral items in a game. It's like,
why? That's so important.
It's not that important.
Once you get to tier 3s, very important.
Okay, well, it's 15 minutes.
Or if you get the Possessed Mask at tier 1, somebody else takes it.
That is important. It's like, give me my goddamn mask right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, no, you've convinced me.
He doesn't even have a tier 1 item. We're talking about Wraith King.
Don't put the camera back. No.
But yeah, I mean, you could switch it up and just go for like an Assault instead if Puck is actually going to continue with the Deso.
I think so, yeah. I mean...
Or Puck can just go the route with like a Dagon or something crazy. We've seen that many a time.
Sure. I really like the AC idea. This Wraith King hero, I don't know if you've played it in the late game without an AC. You just feel so pathetic. Like any carry just out carries you because you have no armor whatsoever. So I like the armlet a lot as well. I like that this item was buffed for this hero. It's a big reason, despite the nerfs of the Wraith King, that the hero is still viable, is that this build is so strong.
Yeah, very true. And I think, yeah, I was going to say Roshan is definitely available.
Yeah,
I mean, Nigma has so much map control right now, although PSG LGD are not too far, and they have a crazy Roche potential. Like in terms of testing.
Yeah, I mean, with Chrono, they could maybe fight this. I guess the only...
Oh, they scan. All right, they know. I mean, they have Elder Titan, they have Chrono, they have Snap. Oh, Snapire's actually going to try to scout, but it's going to get silenced right away. On to 2, Elder Titan ult to follow, but it's going to be dodged. Jin Q's going to be the first casualty of war. Here's Mind Control. Links in. If they can find this kill, this will be pretty big on the LC. Not able to get any duel off, and of course with no save available, I think that's pretty safe to get Roche now.
That was a very long-range Winter Wyvern nuke. Very important analysis after that.
Thank you, Jenkins. Thank you for joining me. I'm sure Cinderin is watching and really approving of your commentary.
I know where he's watching from. We are not allowed to talk about that topic.
Talk about these things, okay? This is why we are banned, usually banned together, but because Cinderin is MIA for today.
Thank goodness for shrimp. Anyway, back to the game.
Back to you, Dakota. All right, so 5K net worth lead for Team Nigma, and they have the old Aegis on Miracle. I mean, a lot of times you'd see the Aegis on Wraith King because he's the one hitting the buildings, but Puck, if he's going to go Death Seal, he can also do just that, right?
I mean, also with how aggressive he's been playing.
True.
Even, like, not even in the fight, just on the map. Like, he's just placing himself right in front of the enemies and being annoying.
Yeah.
This does make sense. Give him a second life so that way he can mess this up. And, I mean, not that he has. He's been playing insane this game.
It gives him a little extra room to work with. As we're going to see the initiation on the nothing to say. The Prusty attack takes off the stun, but not all that damage. And of course, the AA Blast connected. I mean, you're not going to get any heal from the Prusty attack anyway, so.
Man, Fate Beyond really needs this Ag Shard. Does he have coil? He has coil.
Yeah, oh, he's going to use it. It's only going to hit one. His Chronosphere onto 2 to fall, but how much damage do they actually have? Remember, this is the Aegis Miracle. There's the curse to buy him a little bit of time, and they can just turn this around. Yeah, this is just getting out of control in favor of Team Nigma. Will he continue on here? Yep. Nothing to fear for Miracle. His ILTW is there with a Wraith Fire Blast as well. Reading Faith Beyond. Nice body block by Miracle. And this will likely be a 4th kill in their favor. Snapfire ult to follow though, and the buyback onto the Elder Titan, but he doesn't have his ultimate. So see how much turnaround potential they have. Oh, he actually does have his ultimate. Okay, it just came off cooldown. But they're just going to shrug that off and walk right out of their base. They don't even have the tier 2 tower, for God's sake.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
They really wanted to kill Mind Control there, but just with all the saves, it's not possible. I mean, that was a little awkward from Ame on the Chronosphere, that he didn't have Jin Q anywhere near with the Snapfire ult, and then the
Snapfire I think ulted no,
he had it, and then the Earth Splitter was on cooldown, so it's like at this point a Faceless Void doesn't really do that much damage, even though he went for the Maelstrom build. It's like he just has a Maelstrom, and then you're dealing with this Winter Wyvern too, who can save into the Chrono.
AA Blast coming in. Looks like the Cold Embrace is going to save the Dragon, although I don't even know if he needed saving. It's nothing to say. Pops his newly picked up BKB. Jin Q getting chased again by Miracle. Doesn't look like any kill will come out of this. And we still have 2.5 minutes on the Aegis, so we'll see if Miracle wants to just go heal in the fountain.
Here I am!
But still some outer towers to take for Team Nigma.
My gratitude.
Oh, that's right. Of course, you have a Wyvern heal, so, and a DD bottle. So this next fight's gonna be pretty brutal, I would assume. I mean, for PSG LGD, they have this wombo combo potential, but we haven't really seen it, right? They haven't set anything up.
I think the way that they can win this game is they need somebody to go in first and set things up. That's probably going to be the Ember Spirit, and then set up for like a 3-man Chrono into Snap and Splitter. I think that's.
All right, coil again. No follow-up, although the AA Blast is cometh. All right. Does hit onto Y. Let's see if Mind Control can blink and get a kill there. But all right, duel onto Miracle, but there's the Cold Embrace save. A great counter to that hero. And of course, still with Aegis, not really fearing death right now. There's the curse. Okay, just buying more time. Miracle still with the double damage. Doesn't want to die right away just because that DD will go away, but he will find his way to the grave, or the Aegis grave if you want to call it that. And now, Team Nigma, they did lose the AA, but I believe they're just going to continue to fight this. They're going to focus onto poor old Ember Spirit. And they'll take that trade any day of the week. Still 8K network lead for Team Nigma.
Be honest, were you going to call him nothing to lose? You were about to say nothing to lose.
I'm just going to call him Ember Spirit.
Okay.
Why are you making fun of it? That's not very nice.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Nothing to lose?
He's the #1 player on the planet Earth.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
In MMR. He is a golden god.
Anyway, right, golden. Isn't like,
I don't know,
platinum better than gold?
Diamond. He's diamond.
Diamond tier? I think that's a Valorant thing.
Yeah, okay.
That's not a Valve.
We can't talk about it.
I think we just got fired.
Well, it was bound to happen eventually.
That's okay.
Anyway, speaking of golden gods, GH is making all of these fights extremely hard to play for LGD. He is saving people. He is turning the fights with the Winter's Curse. I think if I'm on LGD, it's like, okay, we need to find some way to get on this backline. We need to find some way to get on this Winter Wyvern, because otherwise we are not killing anybody.
All right, well, Faith Beyond does have Shard.
This is how I help you get better.
How much of a difference will that make? For those that don't know, press the attack essentially just gives magic immunity for, what is it, 2 seconds, I want to say?
Yeah, I think it's like 1.75 or something.
You know, with a coil, even with Ag's coil, very, very good.
The thing is, like, up until this point, it would have been incredibly effective, right? Like, we saw in so many fights where he would save, and then the immediate stun would come afterwards, and that cannot happen, of course, when you have the Ag Shard. But now, it's like you have this Deso on Puck, right? So you've this physical damage, you've the Raid King, who actually has items. So he's doing a lot of physical damage as well. So I feel like it's coming at the point where it's just a little too late. And I mean, obviously it's going to help, but I think they're relying way more on this Faceless Void to hit a good Chronosphere on like 2 to 3 heroes at least. Yeah. 2 important heroes or 3 unimportant heroes.
Yep, that's definitely true. I mean, they have Elder Titan ult, which, you know, that does scale quite well.
Yes.
Of course, since it is percentage-based damage. ILTW, looking for an opening here on Nothing to Say. Nothing to lose, I mean. So.
Of course, of course.
Yeah. Faith Beyond, I mean, the Faith Beyond, his positioning is of the utmost importance. Because if he's the one that gets coiled, then there's nothing he can do. He's there to save teammates, not himself.
Yeah, because he has no way of taking out the silence right now. So even if he doesn't get silenced, then he can just use his W on himself, then break the coil while he's immune. But it's very likely Miracle's going to counterplay that by just silencing in the chrono or in the coil.
Yeah, so Team Nigma, they're just suffocating the map right now. Probably just waiting for the next Roche, which we've talked about many a time, is a huge power spike because you get the free shard, get cheese on top of the Aegis. Whose shard would you give this to? What hero?
Let's see. The AA shard is really good. I mean,
yeah,
that would actually...
It pushes out waves, but it is your position 5.
It is, but Nigma is controlling enough of the map that I think that Kuroki could actually sit on the other side and be greedy and take the farm that nobody else wants to take. And, like, he could be the network difference while they're trying to do this greed thing if he has the AA shard. Otherwise, he has no way of killing creeps. He's very pathetic hero at killing creeps without that.
Without that, yeah. And that's the thing I like about Shards. Oh, GH! That's a really long TP, and it's going to be a dual victory. A much-needed one for Faith Beyond.
I think
they did expand quite a few ults for that, but...
I think that was the outpost that he TP'd to.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah, he was trying to get involved in this smoke. By
the way, it was an AC for ILTW, so they won't be stacking Desos this time around Miracle. And with a lot of these ultimates are down, he's just going to completely destroy Ame, but there's a Chronosphere counter. He's not going to be able to do any damage on top of it. He actually catches his teammate. Thanks for the save, Faith Beyond. It's going to cost you your precious little life. Amber Spirit, nothing to say. Lose.
Oh, they still see him over there.
Oh, they do. I thought he was out, actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
They find him anyway.
Maybe it was like the Ice Vortex that gave vision of him or something, but yeah, he was just sticking around, seeing if there was anything that he could, you know, some backliner that he could pick off or something like that, but a little greedy.
Dire's bottom tower.
I don't think that ward, I think he just placed that ward.
And remember, all those ultimates were used to take out a support at top, so they didn't have anything there, so maybe a little bit out of position for PSG LGD and Nigma. Looking really good. Fortification's going to be popped. And I don't think they're really fearing anything. Of course, don't have that second Roche quite yet. We'll find out if it's going to be up or what the timer is here in a moment. 1.5 minutes, so basically average.
So I think without the chrono, you can probably, if you're Nigma, take whatever area of the map you want. I think they'll probably farm this last set of Ancients, so that way when LGD comes back into the triangle, there's nothing there, and they just clear out the entire map. I would even smoke fire them into the dire jungle and just get these guys out of here. Like,
you ever thought about coaching, Jenkins?
I actually do coach Team Arkosh sometimes.
And they're Division 1 now.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Nothing to do with BSJ's coaching. He also coaches them.
Yeah, he's...
I had to teach
I've heard
them...
it's more of a detriment than anything.
Absolutely. I had to reteach them things that he...
Bad habits that picked up from BSJ?
Something about a deadline. I don't know what he was...
Deadline?
Yeah, he said, avoid the deadline.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like him. Good that you ended up getting rid of that copyright, though. At the very least, of course. And Tier 3 tower looks like it's going to go down. Mind Control pops that dragon form. And the question is, can PSG LGD defend this at all? I mean, is it better just to try to go for the contest on Roche and just give up this lane? Because they can't go for mid, so Nigma would have to go top here if they want to get get a second lane.
Yeah, maybe just wait for, like, maybe they're close to an item on the Void. Just wait for that.
Oh, we're going to jump in here with Miracle. All right, there's the save from the LC. Turn this around, though. Miracle's in a bit of trouble here. AA Blast is coming in. Nothing safe pops at BKB. Elder Titan ult goes off as well. Miracle does drop. 70 seconds, no buyback. I believe Team Nigma need to get GTFO. That's a GGTFO apparently. It's GH. We'll get shot again. Okay. And that is another duel victory. All right, so a little bit too aggressive there for Mr. Miracle, looks like. And this is actually really good for PSG LGD because Roche will be up by the time Puck is up. And this is, I feel like that is where they could potentially come back because their lineup is built for taking taking advantage of the Roche fight in general.
Yeah, that's
the small AoE.
That's the nice thing about having like a Faceless Void, especially when you have some combos to go with it. You're never really out of the game where it's like, okay, there's literally no way for us to win this game.
And this works as well.
Okay, they're just gonna
make some minus armor in the form of the old Snapfire.
Look, he's slowly doing it to keep the minus armor out. I like that.
Of course, they did nerf that skill recently, so it's not as much minus armor as before, but they do have a Solar Fest, of course. AA Blast coming in. Yikes, that hurts. This is going to be kind of slow, and Miracle's up in 10 seconds, so...
Oh my god,
could be an easy fight. LC dies to kill very easily, just walks in. That's going to be a buyback on the LC. The Searing Chains on a couple heroes. Echo Stomp to follow, though. If they can get Ame here, this would be pretty big. Has the Chronos here. Might have to expend it here. Pops the BKB. There it is. Where's the follow-up? Why? No ultimate to work with, and this damage is just pathetic from the old Void. They get the duel off. It actually is a kill onto the Dragon Knight. The Mind Control does find his way to the grave. Nice curse to follow, though. This is going to be followed with the Wraith King ultimate, so he will be back pounding away. Jin Q gets to press the attack, but actually a nice cookie. That's another kill onto Miracle with no buyback. All right, and PSG LGD does have basically all their buybacks right now, so in terms of the people that are dead, so they can still contest this Roche.
And there's no Winter's Curse. Okay, I don't think it was just in.
Yeah, he's going ham right now. It looks like he's the one that wants Roche. Of course, this is almost, I feel like it's a bit of a bluff, because Miracle does not have buyback.
Yeah.
And I don't think they know this.
Maybe they were trying to force up more buybacks, but I honestly think like if LGD bought back and then got Roche, that probably actually would be worth it. That would actually be worth it for them, so I don't know if you want to force it.
I mean, 10 seconds for Ember, 15 for Snapfire.
They do, but man, their Roche damage is just atrocious. It's, I mean, other than the Snap, there's not really anything.
Yeah, that's true.
If they had some like Ursa or Slardar, just like some +1 Roche killer, maybe. Or if this Legion was more of like a carry Legion, like you're mentioning, if she had a bunch of dual damage and damage items.
I mean, that hasn't happened in years.
Yeah, that's not.
Get your head out of the gutter.
That is not.
That hero doesn't exist anymore. I believe that hero started in the jungle. And always came out very strong. It was never griefing.
Yes, of course.
I mean, the problem with the Roche fight that I feel like PSG LGD needs to make, there's the double damage here, is the fact that Nigma, they just do it so fast, so you really need to be able to scout it well.
Yeah, this is always a pain when you're on the Dire side, because this is the area of the map that Nigma wants to control anyway. It's just the easiest place to control. You can take the outpost, take the entire jungle. And so, that's just right by the Roche pit, and they take it so quickly.
And they're not really positioned, they're just standing here.
Okay, well they have a smoke.
They do. I think they were waiting for this wave to be cleared out, but I feel like it's going to be too late.
Yeah, it is.
Indeed it is. The Astral Spirit will scout it, but not in time.
God, GH has been playing this game so well. It's crazy the amount of impact he's had in these fights. And anybody who's ever played Winter... Well, actually, I was going to say anybody who's ever played Winter Wyvern, anybody who's ever played with the Winter Wyvern knows how much this hero can grief your team if you're not careful.
Did he give it to GH? Yeah, he got the Cold Embrace.
Huh. Okay, well, that reduces the cooldown. I would imagine that's why they're doing that. It's not for the
it's not for the
Splinter Blast that comes out. Ironically, like, that's was the
I mean,
original
it's a
intention.
counter to duel. It's a counter to anybody that's in Chronosphere as long as GH isn't calling it himself.
Yeah, his Cold Embrace is insane this game. It's so good. It was such a good Winter Wyvern pick, actually.
This tier 1 tower bot is still up? What? They haven't gotten 1 tower. What? Am I?
Uh-oh.
This siege is their most valuable asset, right?
That is
actually incredible. I didn't think it was that.
I did not notice that. We are very bad at our job.
BSG would be very angry.
Oh, God.
The deadline.
Yes, of course. That is the bottom line. Oh, okay. Mind Control has
he's a
Eon Disc.
That is very interesting. I think he's not really dying. He has the BKB and cheese as well. He's going to pop that. Oh, it is level 3 now, so you get the Frostmourne.
That's not what that's called.
In Dota 1 it was.
Okay.
It's a Frostmourne dragon.
I believe that's copyrighted.
That's probably true. I mean, how is Dragon not copyrighted?
That's true. Lord of the Rings invented those.
Yeah, exactly. This will be a free tier 3 at the very least. I just really... the problem with this is that the Aegis and the cheese, and you got Aeon Disc and all this other garbage, and it feels like PSG LGD has like 1 fight, and in that 1 fight, it's against 7 heroes basically, right? So
yeah,
very, very difficult.
7 heroes that have about twice the effective HP that they do. It is not easy.
Yeah.
It's like as the game goes later and later, the Faceless Void needs to hit 2 heroes, and then 3 heroes, and then 4, and then literally all 5 and probably 3 couriers at this point in order to actually win the fight. I legit think you need the courier XP to level people up in the fight for the stat.
Wait, how much XP is that this time of the game? Is it really that substantial?
I don't know. I mean, they do give
just
XP.
talking out of your ass again? Is that what's going on?
They do give XP. I don't know exactly the amount.
I feel like it would be negligible. I don't
Why
would you bring that up during a catch?
I don't have a PhD in couriers. I mean,
we'll have to ask Curtis. AUI will have to let us know if somebody is able to level up off a courier at this stage of the game.
He doesn't know that.
He knows everything.
He thinks Slark 4 is good.
Slark 4?
Yeah.
That sounds like a Slacks thing.
He gets a Meteor Hammer and then sets up for Pudge Hook. I play the Pudge off.
That's unranked. You can do whatever you want on unranked, all right? He gets a freebie from me.
Careful around T-Gov saying that. Like, he really will take that offensively.
Okay, well, to each their own. All right, looks like Miracle does pick up an Aghanim Scepter for himself. Of course, press the attack does counter to a degree, but I mean, kind of. It has to be LC out of the coil and doing it, and it can only save 1 person.
Another Eon Disc too on the Winter Wyvern GH. So that's a nice wraparound though.
All right, and it's already popped for GH. Mind Control pops his ult in the meantime, and that is the new Axe coil you just saw. I don't think he realized that was there. And nothing to say. Oh, he dies. Ame, in the meantime, he has Chrono, but basically no HP. Finds GH. That's a Winter's Curse. Mind Control flapping his wings, trying to get as close as he can. Still the BKB. That is a long duration. Blink Dagger soon for Mind Control. So
I think they chased him, yeah.
Maybe not. ILTW's just going ham in the base.
He's just throwing them.
Objective-based gaming. Yeah, Ame is just too difficult to catch. He's going to be able to TP out here. Mind Control has the poor man's Axe with the spider legs on the Dragon Knight. Don't get the magic resistance and all the extra stats.
Of course, now
you can walk through cliffs.
Yeah, you're a pathetic offlaner. You don't get natural eggs. You just get the poor man's eggs.
That's true. GG is called, so Team Nigma, I mean, they looked quite good. Quite good this game.
Yeah, that was insane. I mean, honestly, all of their players played incredibly well that game. I can't think of anything that was like a blunder by any stretch of the imagination, to be honest. Like Miracle going no points in phase shift and then still dodging Chronospheres, that was insane.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen that. That's pretty next level, I won't lie.
Yeah,
458 có đài bắt ở đây không 458 có đài bắt ở đây không 458 đài bắt rồi.
Prepare for battle.
You need to be like a shark.
Behold!
Oh, that is too good.
Where are you going?
30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Nothing to say.
Alright, steady bumpy bee. Alright, steady bumpy bee.
Wait up.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Don't run off.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Muy bien, los chiquitos.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Muy bien, los chiquitos.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Behold! A prize! Welcome to my heart. First blood, it shall be duly noted.
My mechanism lies broken.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Blessings.
Radiant are scanning.
Greetings! Don't run off.
No! Unchained from life.
Greetings! Hey, yeah! Behold!
Carry me off! A soldier's death!
Radiant structures are fortified.
Sacrifice!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We too did sport, but in the end she tired. Here I am! Silence! Gather round! A big summer
Radiant's
light.
bottom tower is under attack. Thanks. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has been denied. Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
Rack it on!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Where are you going? Coming in.
My ink pools.
Silence. Invisibility. A prize. Don't run off.
And it's off!
Regeneration.
Here I am. Coming in.
Radiant are scanning.
Boom, there it goes. Wait up. Hey, here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The revenants of my people will wash over.
Where are you going?
Radiant structures are fortified.
Don't put me in
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Does my life truly end here?
Denied.
Silence. Puck out.
And it's off!
Bien, chiquitos.
A ridiculously dumb spell. You have to to skillet because it gives you so much attack speed, and you're like the slowest, but it's a fun hero. I still enjoy myself.
Sounds like a Halloween attraction at Disneyland.
What, ghoul free? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like it. 4K net worth lead here for LGD. Nigma with the smoke. They desperately need this to go well. Faithion shows himself, and yeah, he's put himself in a horrible spot. Once, and the other side of the map, ILTW dies to TA. So even though that was a good smoke attempt there, they do get a kill, and it looks like they'll find a second. Lifestealer is just struggling. Look at the net worth discrepancy right now.
That is so funny. Okay, never mind.
Stop talking, Jenkins. There's a coil to talk about right now. Into the Doom, mind control with the Ixel, into the Stomp as well. And yeah, they will finally get this kill. A triple kill for Miracle. All right. Okay, the Lifestealer's death is a little bit better now.
So, Faithion was so busy looking at the Lifestealer dying mid that his camera was not on his hero. He could have had like a 3 or 4 man call, but he's just like, oh, this idiot's getting ganked right now. He's just surrounded by 4
I would like an instant replay of his player perspective.
Can we get that production?
That would be great for the panel, of course. For the panel.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Right, ILT. It is 15 minutes. And he doesn't have armlet. Good God. I mean,
4,500 net. Dude, Enchantress almost has a net worth as him.
This is really bad. And now PSG LGD are going to be going for this Roshan. I mean, it's a 15-minute, pretty early, but you do have TA who does have Deso, I believe. Yeah. So that opens it up quite a bit.
Not even going for Blink, too. Going for BKB.
Okay.
Just saying, I'm going to play with range. I don't need a Blink.
Yeah, I mean, they do have Axe Call. They have Haunt. They have good ways to catch people. True. I mean, I like it. It feels like you're just going to keep fighting, and you don't want to create any more space for Lifestealer the farm because he's basically a creep right now.
There he is.
Yep, there's the call. He actually gets off the rage, but really to no avail. He's going to have to try to get up and infest. He does inside a pathetic creep. Will he be able to kill him in time? In the range of the 2-2 tower. There's the silence into the Mystic Flame. No way to counter that. Mind control a little bit too late with that stun. What a beautiful corner on the floor. Do they have the damage to follow this up with? Looks like GH takes it, or Mind control takes the tumble. And nothing to say on the other side of this coil now. They find 3, and they're just going to continue on with this Aegis still intact. Looks like Miracle should be able to get out, but GH does avoid the call, but it feels like this is an inevitable death for him.
God, he doesn't deserve to die right now. Okay, maybe he won't actually.
He does have.
They see him with the dagger.
Yeah, TP in 3 seconds. I mean, there's no way.
He is. They're just a pathetic clockwork and dead.
Yeah. Okay, so Ame finds himself the kill there. By the way, we didn't really mention. We've seen a few games now already with the Echo Saber Spectre. Can you explain this?
I mean, the item's just been buffed. It's just a really good stat item. That's it's like an Aquila. Like that's what.
Okay. A very expensive Aquila, but sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a buffed good stat item. There's nothing more to it, honestly.
Okay.
The good timing makes her tanky. She really uses the effective HP. Okay, that's not a good question.
Yep, that was a hero, and no more.
At least it was an ILTW.
That's true. It could be. He's still there.
He's like, thank God.
He has his armlet. All right. Okay. He finally got it. I mean, I feel like now, like, this really isn't that much of a farming item. Maybe if you get it early, but you got to do some infest bombs now, it feels like. And he was going to go S and Y, now just needs the Saint just for the status resist into, I assume, some sort of damage item. Or maybe even Satanic on it, which kind of is a damage item, I guess.
Yeah. Radiant's middle tower.
GH is still alone.
Yeah, he hook shot into death here. He was already going to die.
I'm not
6K net worth lead for LGD.
I'm not entirely sure what he was doing there. Just
Radiant's
checking out, seeing what's up.
Attack.
You know, scouting.
I don't want to harp on ILTW. I mean, it's not his fault necessarily, but as we see a coil here from Miracle, going to set up a freebie for him. And this is exactly what they need. They need Miracle to create space for Lifesteal to actually get farmed. Because, again, the net worth is unbelievably low for Lifesteal.
I honestly think that it's so bad that I don't even think you want to create space for the Lifestealer. I think you want to do stuff with him.
With the infest.
Yeah, I think you take Miracle and you take ILTW, put them together, and then you go smoke and kill the Spectre. You go smoke and kill. Like, the TA would be the best choice, obviously, if you can. But I mean, Aegis, toughest hero to kill as well, highest net worth, so it's probably not going to happen, but Miracle's solo killing these heroes. I mean, you could be with him, with the Lifestealer, at least for a little while.
Yep. So he's kind of going for the same build as last game, but it looks like a Yules will come before the Deso if he continues on this trajectory.
Sure. I mean, makes sense. You Yules the Axe, nullify most of his damage. Skywrath Mage has the silence. Yeah. You could even take off the TA Meld Strike, which is in dodge it, something else to dodge it.
Of course, last game he ended up going for Lincolns at some point as well. Mostly for the duel, I assume.
So it looks like Faithion swapped his build, by the way. He's not going for the Manta. He's going for the BKB. instead. Which
that makes me sad, but probably the right choice.
I think I think when your TA is popping off and just 12k net worth when the other mid is 10k net worth.
Right.
Radiant's top
Miracle's having a really good game too, so I think it makes sense. Just play to be alive in the fights. You don't need to do damage. Your TA is going to do all the damage that you need. I mean, even Sky as a support too. Like this hero just craps out damage.
Really? Is that what he does?
That's like the Cinder and
Man, we are on the same page, and boy, oh boy, is that sad.
That's not good. Oh god.
Cinder, and if you're out there, we love you. You're doing great. Keep
Radiant structures are
Tier 2 tower being pressured here. That is a fortification pop for Team Nigma.
Radiant's top tower.
Yule's, like we said, coming online soon for Miracle. So you think the Infest Bombs... I feel like we've seen 2 Dooms the whole game as well. I feel like they just need to... Like, if they sit back and try to farm, it's not going to work.
That's true, honestly. Like, a double Doom is also another way to make these fights swing. It's like in the previous game we were talking with the Faceless Void Chronosphere. Like, it's nice to have these options. Like, okay, if we get this pair of heroes, we actually can win the fight, despite the 8k deficit. So, like, I think if they get the Spectre +1 with the Doom, they probably win the fight. If they get the TA +1, they probably win the fight. If they get both the supports, maybe not so much.
Right. So, looks like the Aegis is going to expire here in a few seconds, as they might find a kill on the Miracle. It does get the blink out before the damage comes into fruition. But there is the Mystic Flare. Hop as well. Illusory Orb. Will he fake it out? He does.
Oh, he didn't get the high
into the coil, but he's surrounded. So a big kill for LGD again. I mean, again, this is stuff that Miracle kind of has to do. But I mean, what do you think of this Aegis usage? It feels like they, I mean, I wouldn't say they weren't aggressive, but it wasn't ultra aggressive. They got some towers. Feels like they're just out-farming the bejesus out of Nigma right now.
I don't think you need to be aggressive with it. You have a late-game Spectre. You know, we talked about this Lifestealer versus Spectre matchup. This is something that you want to play from an advantage with the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
You have this late-game Axe who can eventually get a Manta and be a carry. You have this TA who obviously is a carry. People are literally playing it in the carry position. And then you have Spectre, a hero who can't farm for shit, but if she goes late-game, she wins.
Inkswell initiation. This will be a huge kill. Remember, no Aegis online into the Doom. BKB pop from Mind Control. Nice counter initiation from the Axe. Will they have enough damage?Maybe they get the deny off here. Nope, nothing to say. Does get dropped by Mind Control. It's going to cost them a clockwork, though. I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know if ILTW can fight right now, man. He's surrounded. He's already uses its best, so doesn't really have an escape mechanism. And Miracle, no coil either. It looks like ILTW just going to get chopped down. So 2 for 1. Did cost him the TA, though, which I guess you'll take at this point. But Faith Beyond now continuing to chase Miracle. This will be a pretty big kill. This will essentially be a back-to-back, as there's the call. Into the impetus. There's the silence as well. No hammer jewels yet, so that's going to be another kill for PSG LGD.
I mean, that's, you know, you get the TA, but LGD is so close behind the TA. They know that this guy's just positioning super aggressively and in the mid lane, which is the most deadly lane. I don't care what BSJ calls the dead lane. The mid lane is where everybody dies. And so they're right behind it. They know that if they're going to lose this hero, they need to take a good trade. And they do. I mean, they kill ILTW again, and then they get Miracle as well. Now Doom is top of net worth on the Nigma side.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even notice that. Mind Control. So Blink BKB obviously went the Midas. We've seen this in earlier series. I don't think it was them, though. But this hero farms really fast. That's one of the luxuries you have with an offlane. It's like the opposite of LC. It's not really a support. It'll farm the crap out of the map for sure. As we see a smoke gank here. Uh-oh. Oh, no. ILTW silence again, and there's no way to get out of this. Call was missed, but doesn't really matter.
LGD are targeting ILTW, man.
It looks like it.
They are making his game impossible, and I get it. I mean, the way that you're supposed to win this with the Lifestealer versus Spectre is the Lifestealer sits there and hits towers before the Spectre's ready to fight.
You know, I don't know if you know this, but in Dota 1, Lifestealer had the same model as a creep, and I don't think there's a difference here today.
I think you would be correct here. I believe it was a dire creep.
It was, yeah, it was the Scourge.
So this is a little confusing.
Also copyrighted. How is Scourge copyrighted, honestly? Anyway, Dire's fine. I got used to it.
That's a duck, isn't it? That's from
Scourge McDire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
Yes, Jenkins. Thank you. More NADPC tribute for those out there. I'm sure there's like 10 people that actually watch that are up at this time of night. Anywho, 11k network lead here for LGD. They're just waiting for the next Roach, which in 3 seconds we'll find out. And it's like the same time as last game. Very average time here.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Oh, Miracle, nice dodge there. Does have the double damage, has the Yules finally, so has a lot more ways to escape death, which gives him a lot more freedom to just push the map and just be that annoying puck.
But because of this DD, I mean, we saw in the last game when he got the DD, it's like, oh god, he has a DD. And then now, because he has this Yule Scepter and the game is going so tough for them, it's like, it's really not that important of an item. I feel like I'm going to say that and then he's going to own with the DD, but it really doesn't matter as much as when he had the Deso. It's like, that's more denying it from the TA or the Spectre at this point.
Well, I think ILTW was working on a Halberd now, as we see Ame with the Manta Diffusal Echo Saber build into the Scotty next.
Yeah, man.
He's pretty huge.
Once you have this Scotty, there's absolutely no way for Lifestealer to fight the Spectre. You cannot man-fight the Spec. So I think at that point you have to Doom the Spec, basically, or some like Ags Puck Coil. I don't think you can leave Spectre to last.
Is there any consideration to get Ags on Doom so you can break Spectre? That's a long ass break.
1000%. I think you have to at some point, because
he's getting Shiva's next, it looks like.
Because no other hero can properly deal with the Spectre.
Yeah.
This is coming to the point where the Lifestealer is not a counter to the Spectre. It's a timing counter.
Right. As we're going to see the call into the Mystic Flare combo, and well, GH has been deleted. My Control's going to try to do a counter initiation with the Inkswell, but the BKB from Faith Beyond into the Haunt. Looks like Kuroki's going to take the brunt of the damage here. There's a Soulbind, but oh my god, Mind Control. What? He evaporated. He couldn't even get off his Doom.
Yeah.
They tried to get the double Doom off, but to no avail.
I mean, the BKBs just don't matter at this point, right? You have the Skywrath Mage in the early game that is forcing you to get the BKB, but then nothing to say. He's got a Deso plus mini crit, and then you have the Spectre who's got the Manta Diffusal, so you're doing a ton of damage through BKB. Obviously, the Diffusal doesn't, but the Spectre passive does. It's so much pure physical damage.
This time for Shard. Uh-oh. GH comes into the pit. As the Ghost Scepter, ILTW is, well, he's there. He's running around, and he's going to die. So it was a good attempt. I mean, I feel like they had to try something. This is like a Hail Mary attempt.
Yeah.
Who got the shard? Was it the TA? That's a pretty freaking good shard. It's the silence on the traps. Yeah.
Good silence heroes, yeah. All of these heroes. I mean, Lifestealer, obviously, this hero has no current way of taking off the silence. Doom doesn't want to pop his BKB. Puck doesn't want to pop the Yule Scepter in order to take off the silence, because then you're exposed to just getting silenced by the Skywrath Mage afterwards. And then both the supports have absolutely nothing to take off the silence, and they're backliners, so you can backline silence the supports with the TA traps.
Yeah, Mind Control. I mean, how much can you do, like, these days as a really farmed Doom? Like, if you're the most farmed hero on your team, but you're the off lane.
I think once you have Refresher Aghanims, you can do quite a lot.
So if it goes 20 more minutes,
correct,
thinking he'll have an impact.
I think so.
Okay. The call into the Mystic Flare again. The silence, but the Yule takes it up. Will they be able to chop in time? The Blink Dagger. Yeah, looks like Miracle is good to go. It looks like he has a Spirit Vessel on him all the time because it's freaking cosmetic. I love it, Jenkins.
Which, this one?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like a Halloween Spirit Vessel.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
I only use Spirit Vessels aggressively, so I don't... Okay. This does not look like a vessel to me.
That does make sense.
He's going for the Manta now.
All right, yeah, I mean, he has Shard, so obviously Shard is just good in every single game on this hero.
Yeah.
Just gives you a second, I mean, the fact that, obviously they nerfed the percentage chance for it to proc, but the fact that you get 2 procs, right? Because it's independent of the defensive proc, if you want to call it.
Well, the attacking proc actually has no cooldown at all, so you can just max attack speed and spin off with no cooldown. It's actually kind of BS.
The Moon Shard build.
It's a legit build. It's actually a legit build, I think.
Depending on the game. Don't do it every game.
I think it's a good build every game. Okay. Eventually you want a Moon Shard.
Okay.
Well, AC, of course, but maybe like Spectre will get an AC, who knows? That's not happening.
So basically you're saying he needs like 15k net worth items first, and then he can go Moon Shard.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, maybe they'll get there this game, I don't know. Paladin Sword, that's a good pickup for the old Lifestealer. Gives you some extra lifesteal. That's always. I feel like lifesteal neutral items are a little bit too good right now. Like if they don't drop, like a lot of times if an item doesn't drop, you're like, whatever. But if it's a lifesteal item, it's very noticeable if they don't have it.
Yeah, I think slot issues for lifesteal items too are a big thing. Like people don't get them, not because they're bad, but because they just don't have slots.
I mean, there's so many heroes like Ursa. A lot of times you just want to have the Morbid Mask for a long period of time because it feels so good. Yeah. But if you get a neutral item, you literally don't need Morbid Mask.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a smart move.
but I take it.
Faith Beyond has been in such good positions for the entire game. It's so annoying playing against an Axe Skywrath like this, where even if they don't kill you, they're just showing you that if you are anywhere in position to farm, they're going to go on you, and if you don't TP immediately, they're going to kill you.
Right.
That's so annoying. It just completely limits Nigma's farming potential of the map.
Now, this is the final outer tower for LGD to take. As we can see, Nothing to Say is beyond stacked. Still has the max charges on his BKB, has the items that he had earlier, which is the Deso Dragonlance, and now, of course, it's Daedalus. So, as we're going to see the combo again, looks like GH is going to be the beneficiary of that, or whatever the opposite of that word is. Deso on Miracle now.
Oh, that was a base ward. I see. Okay, that's how they saw him. I mean, he's not even saving his own base.
Yeah, this is a tough game. I mean, when you're down this much, you need a miracle. No pun intended. You need the double doom. Like, really.
You seriously do. You need the double doom on important targets. I don't think you can just get like the Enchantress plus Axe. I don't think that's going to be enough. I think they need I think they need the TA. They need to somehow kill the Aegis and then get the TA plus the Spectre.
All right. Well, Mind Control has his Shivas. That's pretty much the last item he's probably going to be able to farm this game. Is this an initiation call again? And is this a free kill? The Ghost Hunter's going to keep him alive a little bit longer. The hook stop, nice. He's done onto the Axe. They're going to be able to take him out pretty easily. The Aegis is going to be expended as well. But here comes Ame. Look at that damage. Lifesteal evaporates. Mind Control is next on the list. And this is looking like a mega GG, a shellacking of sorts, Jenkins.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be a split series.
Another draw. And we have a Gaben level shellacking.
What's this Gaben?
I think this is Gaben level.
I think it's one below Gaben, personally. Which I don't even...
Which one was that? I don't remember.
Monumental?
I
don't know if Monumental or Mega... Yeah, we need to revisit this.
Yeah, okay, back to you, Dakota.
All right. Yep, thanks, Dakota. Really appreciate it. As their base is just going to get summated here. They can go for Megas if they want. They probably could have just gone for Throne, honestly, but they don't know if they don't have buyback here. So I guess Nigma do have one fight left in them, but Doom is already down. And I mean, that's, again, I felt like that was their potential win condition in these fights. But, all right,
showing
LGD,
respect.
yeah,
okay.
Definitely showing respect here. Miracle trying to chase.
Tis mine.
Gets a little right-click action there, but
Radiant's top tower
nothing to really scoff at. Nothing to say. He has a Lincoln Sphere now, so the Double Doom dream has to be on other heroes. Or if you get that...
I think you can... I think the Soulbind... The Soulbind would not proc the Lincoln, so they could cancel the Lincolns.
Right, the secondary target wouldn't cancel it.
Yeah,
is that how it works?
But then the Doom coming through would cancel it, so...
Right, so you need
they need a Lincoln's break. Yeah, they need a Lincoln's break.
I believe Lifestealer does have a halberd, so...
If realistically, it's Lifestealer, but then if he gets into melee range to cancel, to cancel the Lincolns, I think he just dies.
Yeah,
and then I don't think Grimstroke can connect the bug before... The BKB is just going to come out before that bug connects, so...
Yeah. All right, this is the last-ditch effort for Team Nigma. 29k net worth lead for LGD. They're going to pop that Lincoln, but an instant BKB from Nothing to Say. They're going to blow up the Skyrath. He does have his buyback, but he wants to extend it here. Still the BKB from Ame, doing work against GH, who popped that Ghost Scepter. In the meantime, Mind Control did get off the Doom, but he's going to die very shortly. I think very little HP actually gets away for now. His Axe is going to take the brunt of damage. The ILTW, like, look at Nothing to Say. It can just 1v5, it feels like. And of course, Ame, just so much HP on this Spectre that nothing to be done.
There's just too many heroes to be dealt with in this fight. Like, you see that there's like this focus on like dealing with the Axe. He's got the Manta. You have to kill the supports first, right? And then by the time they kill the supports, it's like the TA and the Spectre are just sitting there the entire time hitting. And even if they killed the TA, I don't think they can kill Spectre. I really don't. I think...
Well, I don't think they can kill either of them right now.
I think they can choose to kill one.
If they put literally everything on them.
If they put literally everything, and then there's potential that you can kite if you hit some like sick Clockwork Cogs and kite with Ghost Scepters and Halberds and things like that. Uh-oh, that's a DD.
Yep, that is a very good rune.
Yes, that's a nice one.
He's not quite 25 yet, but... God, I would love to see Aghanim Scepter on this hero. It's so fun to watch, that playstyle. Just being able to TP anywhere you want is... Miracle's going to take an Ancient Seal, but blink out just in time.
God, it lasts so long, actually. Ancient Seal. Yeah, I think
they've been buffing it. I believe it has a talent now, right? That extends it, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it lowers the cooldown, so it puts it to 100% uptime.
Oh, that's right, which is so stupid. And if you get Ags, it's just a double. You just get 2 spells, 100% uptime.
Yep.
Kind of crazy.
A lot of silence. He popped the DD.
Okay, looks like they want to go in then. Remember, they have all this silence with the traps as well, so Miraclass holds all of this stuff to try to get rid of them, but the initiation on the counter chasing from GH as well. But these Nigma heroes are dropping like flies. That's going to be 3 dead in the blink of an eye. Did not mean to rhyme that, but Kuroki trying to pull the wave, but really to no avail. And this should be GG. I mean, this is beyond over.
Yeah, I think at this point, I'm not laughing. What do you think?
I just look over here and just smirking for no reason. Why do you smirk at all times? You have a resting smirk face. You ever heard that?
People say that. People say that.
Oh, interesting.
You know, it just feels so impossible. It's the polar opposite of the last game.
Yeah, it is. And we've seen this in this, I mean, this is not the wild card anymore, but we've seen it so far in the first few days of this tournament. And yeah, they're going to be able to clean up these heroes pretty easily, and this should be the Ancient Adventure. There's the GG. Waiting for that for the past literal 20 minutes, but it is a split series between PSG and Team Nigma. Ame on the TA destroyed. I feel like they took control of their jungle pretty early. Nigma, I mean, there was a lot of action mid, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean, I think the action mid definitely favored LGD. I think that the Enchantress doesn't really mind if she's that underleveled, and I think the Clockwork, I mean, he did eventually get his 6 and start doing stuff, but by that point,